Hello, and welcome to the council. We're a little bit late. I'm sorry, it's my fault. Today we're going to review Mortal Kombat, and we're going to do it live because that's always fun. And we have a great group of people. So first we got Natalia, of course.
Hello. Today's
Hello.
episode is sponsored, not sponsored, by Mexican Coke.
Yeah, oh, the best Coke. It's
The
so
best Coke.
Whenever they have it at craft services, I'm like, yes. They give me a whole bottle. I love it. Okay.
Good for you.
And then he's not Mexican, but I don't know. I don't know how to segue from that, but we got Ben here. So not Mexican.
Hi, everyone.
There we go.
Mexican Coke can mean one of two things, and I hope it's the good kind, Natalia, not the other kind.
Yeah. There's the one I like and the one you like. Then we have Constance here, of course.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. And then, oh, hi, Isaac. You're in the room. Great. And then we have a special guest joining us today because you can't really talk Mortal Kombat without Yutaka. So we have Yutaka. Woo!
How's it going?
Hello. Welcome. I'm so happy you are here and you said yes. This is going to be fun. And then he wasn't supposed to be here because he's with his friends. He left us. But he decided to visit and he thought we were live, but we were late. So he was doing a whole bit of like, oh, I just thought I should pop in. But now he can do his bit now because he's live. So Liam, hi Liam, Lima Bean. Hello.
I've been disabled, so I can't come on.
Why have you?
Because of you, Yousef.
I didn't do it. Oh, there he is.
You disabled me.
I didn't think I was disabling you. Okay.
Hello,
well,
it's me. I'm drunk.
Hello.
I thought I would pop in.
Congratulations.
So I could be like, "Ah!"
You did it.
You did it.
Say hello to your friends for us.
They're
Tell
in
them
the
to
other room.
subscribe.
Are they watching us?
They're watching us on the tellies.
Hello, Liam's
wow.
friends.
Hello, Liam's friends.
Liam's
Yes.
friends, run away.
Well, one of them's going to run in because one of them is the person that they're now shouting hi because they've just, obviously, we're delayed.
Hi.
They opened the door, shouted it, and ran.
Oh, put him on camera. Let's say hi. Let's meet him.
Well, I don't think I should really go in that room because it's. What are they doing? Oh, do you want to? It's always delayed. Come on, meet the puppy. Alfie, come here. This is Alfie.
Oh, it's a doggy.
It's a little fluffy puppy.
It's your little fluffy puppy.
You want to say hello to the internet?
Hello, Alfie.
Oh.
Boy. You can go back on
Alfie
the seat,
is a distant cousin of Zygmunt, confirmed.
Yes. And then, but this is the friends.
Oh, hello, friends.
Hi.
Hello,
So
friends.
one of them is the person that I allowed access to Mortal Kombat.
Mm.
And
They
wasn't
enjoy.
happy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
He is. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, since you're not going to be here the whole time, why don't you start? Give your thoughts on Mortal Kombat. Hello? Oh, you muted yourself. Why'd you mute yourself? Liam.
Thoughts on Mortal Kombat?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Constance. Give your thoughts.
Oh, no. You go first.
So my quick thoughts are, I really enjoyed it. However, big red flags. Get Lewis Tan out, kill him, make a sequel, kill the fucker. He needs to go. He was terrible.
Yeah.
Awful. I can't voice enough how awful Lewis Tan was in this film. The way his line delivery, I'm just having a normal conversation and I have more projection and charisma than what he had. It was ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. I don't want to watch a movie and have someone go, my wife. You've got Ben's version, my wife. Then you've got Lewis Tan's version, wife. Like,
Yeah.
wrong, bad, awful. I will quickly, because next door we have Joss. We have Joss.
Hello.
He is the biggest
Hello.
Melina fan.
I am. I am.
And he hated
Oh,
it too.
poor you.
Quick thoughts before you
Right. So I'm a big fan of the game since Mortal Kombat 1, and
He's-
come
he's
on the
all-
bedroom. It's got better lighting.
Okay.
So
Better lighting quick.
Yeah. Like the mouth is a staple of hers.
Yep.
It links in with her fatality and everything. And she had a normal mouth, and then we got a nice treat of one shot after she died. Not happy. Like, she's a staple of the series. She had an amazing rivalry with Katana. Why have they done this? Like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, she's coming back.
I hope she comes back.
If obviously this does well enough.
Yes, if it does well enough.
So we need it to do well, because to be fair, there's promise, which is the annoying thing. There's so much promise, but they fucked it up. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go pee now.
Thank you.
And I will say goodbye, and I'll watch the rest of you discuss this
All right.
on the telly.
Sweet. We're on TV.
Goodbye,
Yay.
everyone. Yes, these are on
Bye.
the telly. Enjoy.
Bye. Doesn't he look great with his friends? You can
He
look great
does.
with your friends too, with the new council merch, which he was wearing. Available in the link. Okay. Yutaka, why don't you go since you're our guest? What did you think?
I mean, I think we know what I think. I loved it. From a fan perspective, I enjoyed so much, but it is a heavily flawed film. Liam's not wrong with Lewis Tan, but I think there's promise with him. I hope, but maybe not. I really enjoyed, though, that opener and the closer were its strongest parts, because the fighting, the story was so much better. But I fanboyed out to the whole thing, and Kano was the biggest surprise, because I was laughing my ass off. So yeah, but maybe a better writer.
Now, you told, because we did a live review for Falcon, and there's a delay, obviously. So when you were telling us about what you told us, we were already in our like craziness of talking about Liam's job and all that. If you guys watch the end of the Falcon review, gold. And the serotonin, I love that. But apparently the writer of this wrote Wonder Woman 84 and Shang-Chi. So now there's 2 Marvel movies I'm worried about.
Oh, I need to add another.
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Oh no.
Y'all, we are so screwed.
No.
Oh my god.
I saw the Mitchells versus the Machines today, and it was really good, and I had hope for the Spider-Verse, but I guess not. Sigh. Okay, well.
I mean, I will say some of the elements were good. The VFX were great, except for Raiden's eyes. I couldn't stop like looking and laughing, and I felt horrible. But the last thing I will say, because we all love representation, and it's a crazy concept, Hollywood, but I did love seeing a Japanese man, Hiroyuki Sanada, play Hanzo Hasashi. That made me so happy. So
Yeah, the representation with the film is good. I'll go next just because I kind of agree with what Yutaka said. When I watched it, I was like, oh, this is fun, whatever. But I think the opening of the film is so good. It is like that. The whole movie should have been that. And then Lewis Tan, we can shit on him all we want. And like, I knew he was going to be bad from the trailer, and everybody got mad at me. And who's laughing now? Me. But yeah, he's not a good actor. I don't know why he's in this. The little white girl that was with him too, discount Rachel McAdams. Why did we need her? She was not good in this either. I think with Lewis Tan, it's also not just the acting. I mean, it is the acting, but it's also the writing. Like his Ohana or whatever the hell it was called when he got like a rubber suit. Why? Who wants that? I do agree though that the visual effects were really good. I did like the fights. I thought they were well done. There weren't enough of them in a fighting movie. So it's like fun to watch if it's for like HBO Max. Watch it for it's free. It's fun. Turn your brain off. Whatever. The ice powers, all of that was super cool, but the story and the writing was bad, like real bad. All right, Constance, what did you think?
Well, it's funny. I wasn't going to review this because I'm like, I'm a traitor to my generation. I was a kid when Mortal Kombat first came out and it was huge, but I'm not a video gamer person. I mean, I played Mario, you know, but I don't really play games. So I knew of it, but I've always wanted to be that person who I don't know the book or I don't know the comic book, whatever. It's so nice to go into this going, I have no idea what any of this is. I had a good time. There were things that bothered me. I'll pick on different things. So I loved Sub-Zero, but I didn't know that was his name. So when we first see him in that other world and he goes, I am Sub-Zero, I was just like, okay. That sounded so lame. But Mortal Kombat fans are like, oh my God, Sub-Zero. And I'm like, that means nothing to me. Name is stupid, but his powers are cool. I was just like, oh my God, I'm getting these images of what if we made a live action Frozen, but we made it a horror film, you know, because that's how it should look, you know. So he was really cool. The opening was stellar. Based on that opening, I thought we were going to get like a Kill Bill kind of movie because that's what it reminded me of, you know. I didn't pick up on any Easter eggs or references because again, I'm all like, what is Mortal Kombat? I just know that's a video game, but I don't know the characters. I don't know the backstory. But I had fun. I don't regret watching it. To me, it was just a good time. Sometimes you just need fun, you know. I agree with the special effects. That for the most part, that was good. The way it was cut, it's not that the fighting was bad, but all those quick cuts, you know, and it felt like it was a lot of nothing because it's an R-rated film and the deaths were cool, but leading up to the deaths were kind of PG-13. I think they could have gone harder. If you're going to go for an R, just go for the R, you know. Now, I don't like gruesome stuff, but I think what they did do, they did well. Those are my different thoughts from what you guys have already talked about. So.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like you. I don't play Mortal Kombat. I don't know what any of this is. I don't know what it means. So, you know, I'm right there with you. But from what I understand, it's a fighting game where there's a tournament. Why didn't we see the tournament? That's like the one part I don't understand. But it was a lot of fun. Like I saw myself having fun, I think, you know, for free. I wasn't as mad as like Liam was because he's a fan or Yutaka is. I don't know. You said you saw it 4 times, so you can't be that mad at it. Okay, Ben, what did you think?
I have like 2 kind of things I want to say. One is that I think that with a better director and a director who has more of a vision and an idea, because this film definitely feels like the studio said, we have 5 things we want to achieve with it. You do that, and then we'll work around it. We'll cut your movie. And I feel that's very much what the movie is. It feels more of a product than someone's passion. And I think if you had gotten someone like, say, James Wan or maybe even like a Tim Miller to actually do the work with the action and to maybe carve out a really interesting story, I think that could have worked in the movie's favor. I did think it was okay, but it gave me major Suicide Squad vibes. I think it was very.
Is that 3D?
Yeah, it looks really cool in 3D. I don't have a 3D TV, but when I do, when I'm older and
For the
hopefully
future.
rich, exactly, I
Yes.
think ahead.
Yes.
But yeah, so Suicide, it gives me very much Suicide Squad vibes because you can tell that there's so much conversations that are just like cut. And you can also tell that there's a lot of dialogue placed over them. Like they were walking through like that dark cave for like 30 seconds or just exposition over it. And you could so tell that was in other conversations. And that was just a tracking shot that was supposed to be about 5 seconds. But they decided to make it 30 seconds and just have all the exposition layered on top of it. It was really frustrating. But look, it was a decent movie. It wasn't horrible. It can be better. It should be better. And I think if you get a better director, by God, a better writer, Shang-Chi and Spider-Verse 2, run like hell, do rewrites right now. Hire that Gilroy brother who always fixes movies late in the game. He should probably help. and really just do the work to do a better Mortal Kombat, because this was a fine Mortal Kombat, but when it comes to video game adaptations, nothing can top Tomb Raider 2018 for me. I think that's a great movie, and I can't wait for that sequel. So that's my thought.
Did you not see Sonic?
I had to turn it off halfway. No, 30 minutes in. It's unwatchable. I'm not a child. Well, I am a child.
You
I'm
are
not
a
that
child.
young.
What are you
You
talking
are
about?
literally a baby.
Sonic is horrible. I can't watch it. It's genuinely terrible. And I was looking for something to watch that day.
Mm.
So no, Sonic is a big no.
You
It's
know what's
bad.
genuinely terrible, Ben?
Didn't
Batman.
ask. Like, I actually didn't ask, but
Okay.
okay.
Natalia, go ahead.
Hi. I have mixed feelings about this movie because like if I can just like sit down and watch it and like not think too much about it, then I'll like it. But like I I started to watch it and then I had shit to do and forgot about it. Came back to it and I was like nothing's really happening. Like okay, well, first of all, I was 17 minutes into this movie. Louis Tan had said like 2 words and I was like this is not good. Like everything that came out of his mouth within the first 17 minutes had felt like it was like a dry run thing. Like he was like he didn't know that the camera was rolling or anything. It's so sad. It's so sad. I agree with Yousef and Yutaka, the opening and the closing, the Scorpion Sub-Zero bits, those were the best parts. That should have been the whole movie. I don't understand why it wasn't, because those were the strongest parts of the whole film. There's something about the movie that I put this in the group chat. I was like, there's something about it that I'm not vibing with, and I still don't know what it is. And it probably could just like be the pacing of it, because there were just some parts where I was like, shit's moving, but nothing's really happening. We're just jumping from action scene to action scene to shit ADR to more shit ADR. And I was just very like turned off by it like a little bit. And also the whole Mortal Kombat thing of it being like a battle, a tournament. Why was it like a montage of just jumping from person to person from whoever? Well, it felt very disjointed. I didn't really enjoy that. Do I still like this film? Sure. If I just don't think about it too much. Louis Tan, worst part. So sorry to that man, but no, thank you. Opening, closing, good, very, very strong. Melina, there for the hottest of seconds, looked very sexy, much gay. However, much disappoint. Expository white lady, she was there. Like these characters felt really flat, and I'm very disappointed by that because you could have put in so much of the other stuff that they actually are in these games, but they just felt kind of like you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. I'll come back and complain later.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, I feel so bad for Louis Tan because he just is horrible. He's a nice person, right? He's really nice on Twitter. He's nice in real life. I've met him before. And he just cannot, he's a stunt man, right? Like know what you are good at and don't try to act because you suck at it. Melina, I agree with you. She was useless in the film. It just is disappointing. We have comments, so let's read them. Kyle says Tan did not need to be in this film. I agree. The rubber suit or whatever was whack. Yeah. I have a question for my Mortal Kombat players. Are the Ohana things like in the game?
They have powers and all that, but they don't reference it like that. That I will say that was the most like, well, that's really silly. They didn't. So yeah, that was dumb. I will say.
And I know it's not called an Ohana, but that's what I heard the first time, and it made me think of Lilo and Stitch, and I was like, I like this a lot more. So yeah. And then Isaac says, not a flawless victory, but as a Mortal Kombat fan, I had a great time seeing some of my favorite characters well realized, save for Sonya Blade and Raiden and Melina, and the action was a lot of fun. I agree. He also says that some of the actors were hot. I also agree. The ending was hype. Sub-Zero was an R-rated Elsa, and I ain't complaining. And then he agrees with us on some stuff. And yeah, I mean, I agree. I think yes, Constance.
Oh, I have a question. Ben made me think of this. So I was getting Suicide Squad vibes too. Did anyone else pick up on this? So it's Kano, right? Laser Eye guy. Kane.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing it right? Did anyone else feel like, God, Jai Courtney needs to watch him and kind of channel that more because he's like the Jai Courtney of this group? Is anyone else
Very
picking
Jai
up on
Courtney.
Very.
Yeah.
Very Jai Courtney.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yes,
That's a
absolutely.
great comparison.
Yes.
Sonya Blade was a
Thank
lot
you,
like Rick
Ben.
Flag. No, actually, everyone was like Rick Flag because nobody had any personality. Truly. Why
And
could
one
nobody
more
be the
thing.
Harley Quinn? Melina could have been the Harley Quinn, and we all would have been so happy.
Melina
but
could have been the
no.
Harley Quinn if they gave her more than 5 seconds of screen time.
I have faith
That wasn't
she'll come
outside
back.
of the end.
Yeah. Also, why did we need Thor and what's his face? Robe guy.
Raiden and
But they're-
what's
Aren't they the leaders of the two like
Who
realms?
cares,
Two
man?
realms.
I just want to see fire versus ice. I mean, screw
Okay,
all
well,
of
look,
that.
I understand you don't want to have everything, but that's kind of something that you need.
Okay, well then they didn't do it well either.
They weren't.
Fair enough.
yeah.
Watch the original or the first film, and even though it's a whitewash Raiden, he actually did a better job, which is
Oof.
sad. I know, but it's also Christopher Lambert, and I mean Highlander, but he played Raiden, and then Carrie, the guy who played Shang Tsung the first time. I mean, that's how you play Shang Tsung. It was just upsetting to see. This guy is good, but he just didn't go over the top like
Yeah.
the other guy.
They really should have.
Go.
Oh, I was just gonna say they really should have just made the Scorpion's Revenge, that animated movie they made last year, which is really good, and I kind of got really excited for the movie because of that. I think now the final shot of the movie, like the very final shot where Louis Tan slaps a certain poster with a certain name on it, got me really, really hyped. I was really,
Mhm.
really excited about that. But at the same time, could have been in this movie. Louis Tan could have played him for all I care. Actually, no, don't ruin him like that. But at the same time, like you could have just had him in the movie instead of Louis Tan. Whatever, doesn't matter. But if they
Yeah.
had made the Scorpion's Revenge animated movie, the live action movie, with like say an extra half an hour, that they could do all the build up and stuff, yada yada yada, whatever, that would have been brilliant. That would have been what this movie should have been. It was fine, but I mean, if that's what the sequel is, I think all will be forgiven.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. Yeah,
Natalia.
Natalia.
2 things. I like your mug, Yousef.
Oh, that was completely unintentional.
I know, but we talk about that show a lot. Second thing, which white man should play the dude on the poster?
That's what I was going to
Evan
say. First of all,
Peters.
spoilers. If you haven't seen it, you've seen it because this is like every movie. Johnny Cage. Who do we think should play him and sequel ideas? Nat, go first.
I put down, hey, do you know that white guy? Him? Yeah, let's go with him. So I don't have anyone in mind, just some white man who can say some funny, who's like all quippy. Is it quippy?
Mhm.
Quippy?
Quit. Yeah.
And yep. And you know, I don't have any reservations for anyone right now.
Yutaka.
I went with Mike the Miz, WWE or whatever they're calling it now. He is so over the top, and he can perform in terms of stunts. Yeah, I don't know if he can act, but I remember from the real world if that's anything. But I think he would be perfect because he's cocky and full of himself. When in wrestling, I don't know him in real life, but I would say he would be a good pick.
That's a good idea. Mine is kind of similar because I was gonna go with John Cena. Because John Cena is like I don't know the game, but from what I understand of Johnny Cage, he is John Cena. Like they're the same person, kind of. John Cena is really funny. I like him from what we saw in Suicide Squad. He was great in Bumblebee. He's great in whatever movie he was in. He's like big and white, so why not? And he's already an established actor. Don't bring in any more of these fighters that don't know how to say words. Like Liam could do a better job playing Johnny Cage than some other white guy. Speaking of white guys, Ben, why don't you go?
What I'm kind of thinking is if you get more of a classically trained Hollywood type and then make them a stunt person. So I found out about this review about an hour and a half ago, and then I would just listen to music until it started. Didn't know we had to go up with casting picks. But if you get like a young John Hamm type, or like a Matt Bomer, Jared Leto type, who's really glossy, really Hollywood, really pretentious, and then make that actor, whether it is, if you do go with those actors who are kind of older now, or you could find someone who's like them. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but those three actors, that kind of type, and you can train the actor to become the character, because that
Beef
has
them
happened
up.
before. Yeah, it happens all the time.
So since we know that Tom Holland's agent sucks, do you think he's here? Do you
Too
think
young.
they're trying to put
Fuck
him
off,
in
Tom Holland.
another
Like,
failing?
no.
Very, very baby, much child.
Yeah.
No.
Too young, because technically Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage become a couple, so that would seem a little bad.
How old is the Rachel McAdams lookalike?
It was like 12.
The expository white woman is
Wait,
I don't know
which
her
Rachel McAdams look like? Are you talking about his daughter?
the one in the one in this
the
movie.
one in the movie, the white lady.
Who?
Jessica McName or something. She's 34. Okay, yeah, never mind. But like knowing his agent, you know that they're gonna try to get him in this because
Are they?
suck at their job. Constance, why don't you go?
Well, initially in the form I put, I don't know who this is, but between then and now I've done some research. Now, this is a very quick Google search. Maybe I have this all wrong. Based on my research, the character is based off of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like it's supposed to be a, inspiration of that. So I was like, oh, okay, so who would I cast as Jean-Claude Van Damme is my real question to myself. So I just went with John Hamm from Mad Men. Ben. So that's who I would go with, just based on that look. And he can act because that show won a lot of awards. So there you go. That's my pick. I have a question for everybody. Another thing that Ben brought up that I was like, oh yeah, researching this exact movie. This is this director's first movie ever. I don't understand how you get a blockbuster and you don't do anything else. So keeping that in mind, what do you guys think of? It's not a well-made movie, but for your first time ever, how would you grade this just for your first try? That's what I'm curious about from you guys.
What I would say is that the director, I don't know who they are, but I think the studio chose an empty suit who would follow their orders, because you can very much tell this is I know studios uses I don't believe in studio interference, but like whatever, no, you zip, like that clearly just isn't the case. And I think Warner Brothers just got an empty kind of suit to make this movie for them. So that's why I kind of wish that for like this movie or maybe a sequel going forward, they chose a more director with more of a backbone, like maybe a David Leitch or a Tim Miller, those that type to really take this on, because I think they could deliver something really, really special. But for their first time, particularly since they probably didn't have a lot of leeway, I'd say, they definitely made a competent movie. It just so happens that they were given all the wrong pieces to make said movie.
Yeah. I just looked this guy up. So his name is Simon McQuoid. I don't know. This is Kaylee Cuoco all over again. He apparently directed a popular PlayStation commercial, and he's white, so I think that's why he got the job. Yes, Yutaka.
I will say, I don't know if any of you they did kind of like the making of, And if you watch the director, though, again, yeah, it was a competent film, still heavily flawed. But when you hear how he talks about the actors, especially when he wanted like Hanzo Hasashi, I can't talk, to be played by a Japanese actor, and he wanted actually to know to make sure it was being represented, and same thing with all the other characters. I think he was trying. Again, it wasn't well executed, but watching him say these things, I felt he had heart. He needs more experience. So
Yeah.
I concur.
Yeah. I don't think it's his fault. Like, I think the directing is fine. It's the writing. Like, there's no amount. Scorsese could have directed this. It still would have been shit. So I don't think it's his fault. Now, he did say, because I'm reading this interview on the Hollywood Reporter, and he said that he said no at first, but the script won him over. So he really needs to like go to therapy and figure out what is wrong with him, because in no world does that script win anyone over.
I have one thing to say. One thing I just thought of, a Guy Ritchie Mortal Kombat movie. Now, I would like to get an Asian director in here, but a Guy Ritchie one, that'd be really cool, especially after The Gentleman, which was like, really, really cool. That was a really good movie.
I could see that. But yeah, that's kind of and by the way, Ben, I do not agree with studio interference is not wrong, because they hired him to do a job. He did the job. The movie has an 88% audience.
That's exactly the problem.
It opened with $9 million in one day. It is doing well enough.
Oh, are we not just spending the past hour talking about the problems with the movie and how it's just
there are problems with the movie.
and empty and there's
are problems that Warner Brothers was okay with. So we're not like, they can do whatever they want. It's their money. And so far, with the fans of the property, it is succeeding. So we can bitch all we want. I still had fun. A lot of people had fun. Kyle said that a Ryan Reynolds type that's not Ryan Reynolds for Johnny Cage. Yes. I really like that idea. That's a good idea. Yes, Natalia.
Hello. I didn't like the way that this movie was cut. It felt very, I don't want to say like sloppy, but like thank you, Ben. Yes, I see that, darling. Put it down. It felt very like there was one part where it was Ludi Lin just finished fighting, just kicking Kano down, and then we see Kano down on the ground. We cut back to Ludi Lin. We see Kano getting up, and then we cut directly back to Ludi Lin, and like essentially a different hair and everything. And it's like, that was so, it was like the smallest second of stuff, but it was like, it was so aggravating for me to look at. And like, I kept rewatching that part over and over. And I was like, did we really need that cut there? We understood that this man was getting up from just getting his ass handed to him. Like, this is also just like a gripe of mine, because we all know that action scenes now are just 5 cuts a second. And that is, eso no me gusta. No. Because it's like, I don't understand what I'm trying to look at, Like, what do you want us to focus on if every time I blink, we're at another completely different part of the action scene? I don't. I love Scorpion, though. He was Hanzo, much very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone want to take it? Because I was not.
Natalia is completely right. I mean, it made me think of the most recent Charlie's Angels movie. Those action scenes could have been great, but how it, like, the way, the angles, the cuts, everything, it was just like, okay. It's like, again,
at least it's not Liam Neeson jumping over a fence. It's not that bad.
No, it's
So,
not.
No.
But as again, the only reason I love this film is fan of the game, which Liam's friend is also correct. I meant to say, Melina wasted. That pissed me off actually, and I hope because I've been same thing 9 million. They think it may get close to 30. That's pretty awesome. Is that I hope if they have sequels that they bring from the lore where Shang Tsung basically resurrects everybody. So I hope that means could see like this nasty, sexy, vicious Melina where she just annihilates people, because the women in this film were not as good as the women in the game. That's
Yeah.
what was upsetting.
I think this would work better as an HBO Max show. I've been saying that about
I've
everything.
been saying that forever.
Because like different episodes are just fights. You know, you're in the Mortal Kombat, whatever, and it's just fights. None of this like traveling and finding out your chi or whatever it is. No, I don't care. I want to see fights. Give me ice versus fire for 30 minutes on HBO Max every week. That's what I want. Hi, George.
Can I say something?
Yes.
This movie, what they did should have been the HBO Max show, and that should have been the actual movie that you're talking about. That should be the movie. But Warner Brothers keeps doing this. All of the really good ideas that they have, Zack Snyder's just like, we'll put that on HBO Max. A Conjuring spin-off that people are talking about. Yeah, let's put that on HBO Max, and it's going to be very interesting. A smaller, more Mindhunter type series. Yeah, that should be what the movies should be instead of
You
the
can't
fodder
tell
they've
those,
become.
you cannot tell those stories in 2 hours, my friend. That's the problem, right? No way in hell was that Zack Snyder's Justice League. Great. No way in hell was that going to theaters, because you would get two showtimes per auditorium. Like, that's just not feasible. That's not how movies work. I do agree that Warner, and it's not just Warner Brothers, it's every studio makes like the first movie as like a setup to a sequel, which you should never do because you're never going to get it. But now they have an opportunity. I don't see this going forward on the big screen because it just it doesn't suit itself to that with this film. So I think now with streaming, you have a chance to make that sequel, just like Alita, but on the small screen, because you have less of a budget, but you still can kind of reach that audience.
I still hope Alita is in cinemas. It deserves it.
There's no way.
I love Alita.
Let's be real here. Hi, George. I was saying hi to George, and I was rudely interrupted, Ben.
Rightly interrupted. Just keep Yousef.
Yeah. Because he's like a group of absolute goddesses and gods on my screen. Thank you for watching us and Thor together, but we appreciate it.
Big briny energy in that comment, George.
I saw you were going live at the same time, and I was like, God damn it, why are you competing with us? Because he's like actually famous on TikTok, but you're here, so thank you. All right, we got a bunch of questions from Charlotte on Twitter, so let us answer them. I love these. So the first question is, do you agree with Grace Randolph about the performance by Louis Tan?
Yes. I haven't seen her review yet. I'm going to do it after this. What did she say?
That he's shit.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to sugar. He's bad. And we've said that. So, yes. Would you compare it to Godzilla versus Kong in terms of silliness? Who wants to answer that?
Sure. Next question.
Thank you. Constance, you're on the fence. Why are you on the fence?
I've only seen it once. I need to see it a couple times to make those kind of answers. So.
Okay. I froze, so I didn't hear any of that, but thank you. I'm sure that answer was great. I'm sorry. I hope it worked well on YouTube. I'll go rewatch it. I don't think I like Godzilla versus Kong a lot more because that actually had good shots and good editing and nice colors, and that there's one drive-in in Vancouver, and we were gonna go see Godzilla versus Kong, but we missed it. And Mortal Kombat is showing now, and I kind of don't want to go see Mortal Kombat in a big screen, but I would definitely go see Godzilla versus Kong. So yeah. Does this make you less or more excited for Shang-Chi? Less.
It makes me way less excited. Oh my God. that writer. I mean, let's just hope that because there's so many writers on this movie, there were so many writers on Wonder Woman 84. Let's hope he contributed the good stuff. The good stuff of this movie were the fights, so let's just hope he wrote them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just hope he wrote the jogging scene in Wonder Woman 84, and that was all he did, because that was the only good part about that movie too. Let's just hope he just is like some famous writer's son, and he just gets his name slapped on these projects. Because holy fuck, I didn't even think the trailer for Shang-Chi was that good. Now I'm really nervous. Whatever. You like Falcon the Winter Soldier? Shut.
Yeah, because it's gold. Don't get me started, because I destroyed Sohail and I'll destroy you too. Yutaka, go ahead.
So I know Ben is very butthurt over Warner Brothers and Snyderverse. I get it, because I love Snyderverse. But again, every studio has interference, and it's unfortunate. But we can't sit here and blame other projects because you're mad at that scenario. So I will say, yes, this writer, that's bad, and Shang-Chi, yikes. But I also liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so you can also kind of suck it for that response.
Yes. We're making it official. Yutaka is replacing Ben on the council. Effective.
Fair enough. I have to say, I'm not blaming any other projects. I don't get that. Was that to something I said earlier about the whole, like, all the good stuff is going to HBO Max and all the fodder is going to cinema? Yutaka?
No, it's more and maybe not you specifically in general, but you can't like what's happening with Zack Snyder and Snyderverse, all that.
That was just an example I found, because like all of the decent stuff, like all the good Harry Potter content is now, like all the interesting Harry Potter stuff will more than likely be on HBO Max rather than in cinemas. It's just the thing that the studio is doing, which is mind-boggling, which is that all the things that have kind of some level of quality to them, they're putting on HBO Max, and all the stuff that's like kind of shit is going into cinemas. But that's just
your opinion.
I think it's to also build the platform, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still growing. It's not the best, unfortunately, but it needs to have that content. And as far as they're putting shit films out, I mean, there's a lot of shit films that have gone to cinema. So, I mean,
yeah. I don't even remember what the question was, but yes.
Neither do I. It was
something about Shang-Chi. I'm worried, but also Marvel, like their movies, who cares about who the writer is? It's all the same. The thing that's gonna annoy me though is the amount of those fucking Marvel stands that are gonna be like Shang-Chi's amazing when it's shit. That's what's gonna piss me off. So I'm afraid.
Anthony.
Not naming any names.
Got something in your throat, kid?
We're on Anthony's
My favorite Marvel stand.
Yeah,
yeah,
but you know what? They're gonna just. I'm not excited for that. I think the movie could be good though. Since
let's just look forward to Eternals. Eternals. Let's just be happy about that.
Yeah, Eternals. Chloe Zhao. We love her. Spider-Man. Best friend. Shut up. Since HBO Max needs more shows, would you like a Mortal Kombat show? Yes. Haha. Charlotte's on my side. Who else? What do you guys think? Let's go around the room. Constance, go.
Well, yeah, because a TV show is a lot like a video game. You know, like how you play a level and then you beat the boss and then you go to the next level. That's like an episode right there. So just based on the source material, it already kind of lends itself to that. So yeah, I'd watch that just because I'm all about the lore more than the gruesome violence. So I would be there for the world building. So definitely.
I will say yes as well, because I just wish that in my so correct always opinion, lol, that I wish that this horrific, let's put it, story was the HBO Max show and the interesting stuff was the movie, because I find that that's less and less the case these days. But again, just my opinion. I think that it would be a very good idea for Warner Brothers to do it with most of their properties. I just hope they choose the correct projects to be on the platform and the correct ones to be in theaters.
If this was the HBO Max show, it would have been like WandaVision, where it started off really strong and had the bottom fall out of it. Nobody would have watched past like episode 2. because it just went nowhere. Like imagine a Louis Tan episode where he's like, "Oh, what is this?" No, I don't need that. I want fighting. Um, George asks, so as someone who has yet to see this movie and as someone who does not know anything about the franchise, would you recommend it to me? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yutaka.
Turn your brain off. Have
It's a fun
drink
film.
or two. Snacky
Mhm.
snacks.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's a
anything about
popcorn
Mortal
flick.
Kombat. I had fun. It was fun.
So did I. I think the people that are upset are the people who like had expectations because they know the world. And like I liked it when I first came out of it, and then I saw all of the complaints and I was like, you know what? They are right. So now I'm kind of on the opposite side. But yes, I think you should watch it. Kyle says some of y'all are fucking haters for no reason. I need you to please clarify who are the haters and what are they hating, because I could agree with you if you're talking about someone else. But if you're talking about me, then no.
Yousef's always right.
Exactly. Isaac liked Mortal Kombat more than Godzilla vs. Kong. Are you okay? Who hurt you?
Isaac,
Good for you, Isaac.
sweetheart.
Good for you not agreeing with everyone. You know what? Just
I'm with Isaac on that one too. Sorry. I
What?
love Godzilla vs. Kong. Hold on. I love Godzilla vs. Kong, but there's some things, again, Mortal Kombat may have lacked the lore at times, but it was so much fun seeing them do the actual moves from the game in real life.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that was phenomenal. And as a fan of the games, I was like, oh my God, they did this. They did this. Oh, and also the soundtrack. I have to put that out there. The
Yeah.
music was
Very strong.
But look at his little eyes. He's so cute. How
Aw.
could you not like this?
I'm
A
Team Godzilla anyways.
baby.
Get that out of here.
Okay.
A baby.
Oh,
Well, that's the wrong team. That's probably why you
again.
didn't like it. But look, he's so adorable too. Look at him.
He
Aw.
is.
And did Mortal Kombat have their own burger at Carl's Jr.? No, they didn't. Let's talk about the score, because the score was really good. It was done by Benjamin Wallfish, which I could guess because he has no range whatsoever. If you blindfolded, I guess, yeah, and you played the score from this, Flash, and It, I could not tell the difference, but it was good. What did you guys think?
It was fine.
Good sounds.
Did you guys say something?
Well,
Natalia
heard
just
a
stopped.
word and that
I
was
said
it.
it was fine. Yeah.
I said
Stop.
good sounds.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Great.
all right.
Wait,
I'm
hold
just
on.
the fanboy here, but
Yeah. Kyle says me and Ben. What did I do? What am I the hater of? The hell?
and I don't hate that much. I just hate everything that's justified to be hated. Well, it's because you don't like WandaVision and I don't like Falcon. Well, like I
Yeah.
think Falcon's fine. I think people
I
blow it out of
don't even-
proportion.
hold on. I don't know where this Marvel like hater storyline came from. I traveled across the country to see Avengers Endgame a day early. Did Anthony do that? I don't think so. Did Joseph do that? No. I like Marvel more than both of them. I just can call out bullshit when I see it.
Exactly.
I will agree with Yousef. I love Marvel, but I've only, like, when Endgame happened, I was like, oh, this is great to see all these movies culminate to this. But were all those movies great before? No. Iron Man 2, I'm sorry, bye.
I liked Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3
I think
was
Iron Man
good.
2 is okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like
Ant-Man?
that's not the worst at all.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Ant-Man,
yeah, no.
that's one of my favorites. That was the first
Well,
Marvel movie I ever
that's
saw.
It's one of
Unfortunately,
Hannah's
yeah.
favorites too.
That explains a lot on both
But-
sides.
Before I
I think
forget,
Thor, the first Thor is awful, unwatchable.
the second Thor.
The second Thor.
First Thor, I don't even remember the second Thor, so I'll just
Oh,
say
lucky.
yes to that as well.
I will say, if any of you have listened to the soundtrack from the 1997 movie, that's kind of pretty much this just upgraded, and that's why I loved it. When the first movie came out, that soundtrack was a big seller for it, and that's still what I remember from that first movie.
Yeah.
But that's why I enjoyed it.
Let's get back to Mortal Kombat. Then you brought it back to Mortal Kombat, so thank you. let's kind of go around and say what we want to happen with Louis Tan, because he can't, like, people like to make fun of the CW actors, but they can act circles around that man. And if you think so, you can vote for the Blue Ribbons TV, where Javicia Leslie, who was a CW actress, and many others, WandaVision, Falcon, Zack Snyder's Justice League, vote to see who wins. I just checked the votes accidentally. We already have like 80 something votes. I don't know where they're coming from, but
I
you
still
can be a
haven't
part of
voted.
those. Vote and see who wins. It's going to be really, really tight. It's a battle of the fandoms. So yeah, all better actors than Louis Tan. But what do we think is going to happen with Louis Tan? Because he's the face of this.
Unfortunately, he is the face
yeah.
of this. Look, I don't think he was as bad as you all said. I thought he had some moments where he was okay, like just serviceable. He had some okay moments where it was like, okay, yeah, that was fine, like sure, whatever. I was just the other one, Ludi Lin, I thought was really good. I just kind of felt bad that he wasn't the lead. I was like, you're doing a really good job. You're way better than him. Like, just I hope you feel good about yourself, because you totally should, Ludi. You're doing great. So I just hope. I honestly don't care. Like I'm sure they'll have a better story with Johnny Cage anyway. So Johnny Cage is going to take away all the attention, and Ludi Lin will just be boring. And hopefully we'll take like a
Louis
back
Tan.
seat. So that's what I hope. Sorry, Louis Tan. Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure.
Hi. Get Louis Tan out, and I agree with Ben. Ludi Lin was superior. They should have done a switcheroo with them. That would have been great. I love Ludi Lin. He was amazing in the Power Rangers movie. That movie's so good. That movie's dumb as hell, but it's so good. And yeah, I just feel really bad for Louis Tan, because he's like such a sweetheart on all the social medias, and he's just like such a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't act.
No, I think you should stay on and produce, or executive produce, or do the fight choreo, or be a
Behind the
stunt double.
scenes,
Like,
stunt
he should
stuff.
still stay with the franchise and promote it, because he's good at that. But he should not be acting at all. Bring his daughter in. Hell, she was great. Or just focus on the bad people coming, or the Iceman, Elsa. I don't know. Yutaka, Constance, what do you guys think?
He's so nice on everything, but they should kill him. It should have been Ludi Lin should have been the lead. I mean, even in lore, it's Liu Kang, and I know they were just trying to try something new, but Ludi Lin
didn't work out.
Yep, Ludi Lin was great. I completely agree, Natalia. He should have been the lead. And if they're going to bring in Johnny Cage, that's a perfect segue to kind of kill off Louis Tan's character, Cole, which they might be bringing him into the game, which sorry. But yeah, Ludi Lin should have been lead. And that's, yeah, I'm still.
Are they really bringing him into the game?
That's what they're talking about, because I think they're adding him to the lore, which
Don't worry.
me.
In the games, they're able to animate his face, so he'll actually have emotion in the game. So we don't need to worry.
But
right.
Nothing sounds
like that,
more
Ben.
badass than, hey, do you want to be the guy who wears a yellow jumpsuit? Like, that's your
with black yoga pants.
Yes.
It was so disjointed, that look.
Yeah, I know. Like, you're playing with friends. Someone has firepower. Someone has ice power. What do you have? Yellow shirt. Let's go.
A nice yellow plastic-looking long sleeve, and then some pants.
Constance, what do you think?
I don't agree that we're stuck with him. I mean, people change out actors all the time. You know, we're removing Johnny Depp from the Fantastic Beasts franchise, and we're you know, we got new Hulk, we got a new Rhodey, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it can't be done. And I like Yutaka's idea of, because that's like a horror film trope. whoever the final girl is, if they make sequels, they tend to be the first ones to die off in the next movie. Not to spoil horror films, but that's like an 80s horror thing. But how I personally feel, I didn't come to this movie for the acting. I was like, no, this is all punchy, kick, chop, what, I don't know. I'm like, this is about the fighting. So I'm watching the whole thing, and it wasn't until I was reading reviews and I was like, oh, we hate the acting. I was like, huh. It's weird how I didn't really come here for the acting. That's just so weird how my brain didn't even go there. So I think you can get rid of them if you need to, because they do it all the time. So
Yeah. I agree with that, because I also was there for the punchy. Even in our group chat when Liam was like, it's not good, I was like, but punchy, and he was like, no. Let's look at the comments. Kyle says the jogging scene is the only good part in Wonder Woman 1984 is a damn lie, and hating on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier for no reason makes no sense, lol. And WandaVision wasn't bad either. It wasn't amazing. I never said WandaVision was bad. The jogging scene was
certainly have in the past.
Hold on. The jogging scene is the only good part of Wonder Woman. So
True.
I agree with Ben. Falcon and Winter Soldier should not be hated on, so I agree with you there.
I don't necessarily hate it. I think people overlove it.
Sure. And then I think that WandaVision, I liked the first 6 episodes, or the first 5 episodes. The Evan Peters one was the last good one. And then it just went downhill. And I came at it from a place of love. And then everybody started shitting on me, and I fought back.
WandaVision is a cruel missed opportunity, but the episode after that was also good. After Agatha All Along plays, it's done. Like it's just awful. And once you know the mystery, like the fact that there actually is no mystery, and it's just Wanda doing it all, and you go back and you watch it, it's just so whatever. Because the best part about watching it was you thought there was something grander going on, but there actually just wasn't. Like Agatha was there, but it was all just Wanda. It wasn't Agatha all along. It was nobody. It was just Wanda.
Exactly.
Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, we debated this a very long time ago, so it's fine.
We did. You can watch that episode on our YouTube. So subscribe and hit the bell and see us fight about WandaVision for the whole season. Apparently. Isaac says take him out of the franchise. Louis 10, I assume. Yeah. Or maybe he could be talking about Ben in this franchise. I agree with both. Kyle says, don't get me started on some of your TV noms with peace and love, though. Sure.
Correct, Kyle. Correct. Cinematography, Superman and Lois. God damn it. I wasn't there for the initial thing. That's why it's so fucked up. So, yeah.
That's why we got some good things in there. No, I love Kyle. Kyle's the best. Can't wait to see this battle play out in June. I don't know which battle you're referring to. That was Isaac's comment, but something's
Blue
happening.
Ribbons TV.
Oh, Blue Ribbons. That's right. Our own show.
Wow. Way to
June
go.
8th. Hold on. It got rid of the chat. Where is it? I'm a mess right now. I'm sorry. George said he just voted for the TV noms best guest appearance. There's only one clear choice. Yep.
Jared Leto.
No.
Hannah.
Evan Peters. Fans love the Mortal Kombat games for both the action and the characters, says Isaac. Yeah, but yeah. But I didn't. I just wanted punchy. Isaac chose Ahsoka. Why? Evan Peters. He's right there. You picked wrong, Isaac. You picked wrong. That's it. Does anyone have anything else to say?
Ben, have you seen our Falcon and Winter Soldier review on this little channel of ours? Watch it, because I want you to see what you think of my thoughts. I don't give a shit about what you think of Yousef's.
You're probably correct. Let's be honest.
I know. But I would just like to have my ego stroked a little bit.
I'll do that for you, Natalia. Always.
Thank you, son.
Yeah. Carly was not a villain. She was totally justified in everything she did. Carly's not a villain. Stop calling her a villain. She's totally correct in what she was trying to do.
And then they made her a martyr.
Except for the murdering of people. Stop trying to turn her into
We know that exactly why that happened, Ben. Okay, sorry.
She had the good idea. Okay, she had good ideas. But then, of course, we have to
I'm
make
gonna
her a bad
mute
guy
you.
because we can't actually challenge the system. All right, whatever.
She did have good ideas, but she went too extreme. That's the point of the show, my man. Read anything. I think that's what's so smart about this is turning into a Falcon thing. This is what's so smart about the show is depending on your viewpoint, you could either see John Walker as the hero or the villain. You could see Carly as the hero or the villain. You could see Sharon as the
You're
hero
a
or the
fascist.
villain.
You see John Walker as the hero. Yeah.
Yeah, but people do. That's the reality of the world we live
George
in.
W.
Look
Bush
at
thought
Twitter.
that John Walker was the hero in Falcon the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Any more Mortal Kombat thoughts? No? Wonderful.
Shut up! I was about to speak, you asshole.
Okay, well.
My God. What did we think of the costumes that weren't like the final yellow leotard? Because
Kinda cheap.
There were costumes?
Sure.
For Louis Tan or for everybody?
No, for everyone.
Oh, I really like Sub-Zero. He's cool. He was dope.
Sub-Zero, great. I like the color motifs that we had for Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
I like the mask too.
I like them.
So, if Warner Brothers was smart, which we know they're not, but if they were smart, they would sell those masks right now. Right now. Sell them.
That studio is such.
They would do so well. They sent us. I told you the story in the group chat, but I'll tell it again. The other day, I saw a bunch of like higher up people on the show that I work on wear Warner Brothers masks, where it was just a blue mask with the Warner Brothers logo all down it. And I was like, oh, that's fun. And they just were like, yeah, we got a random box with a bunch of Warner Brothers merch. And they were like, please wear this. And I was like, that's the saddest, most desperate thing I've ever heard. It's so funny. But like, should have sent us Mortal Kombat ones or like Batwoman ones. I don't understand. Anyway. Oh, Sam the Atheist. Hello, Sam the Atheist. Welcome. Subscribe. I wonder if down the line Shinnok will be the villain. I don't know who that is. Yutaka, you take this.
I'm hoping it's another character from the game who was kind of like a master manipulator behind the scenes. And yeah, I hope. Again, they supposedly Joe Taslim is signed for 4 more movies if this is successful. So maybe
4.
You know who else was signed for 4 more movies? Aaron Taylor Johnson. And they replaced him with Evan Peters. So that means nothing.
Stop.
Let's end this because we're just going to go on a rant. The last thing I want to say, and we're not going to comment on this comment. I just want to say it so I can see Ben's face. You ready, Ben? Kyle says Carly was the worst. Thank you for watching. This was super fun. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell. We have a podcast.
See this?
Down.
Yeah.
Put that
See
down.
it.
Put it down.
I can't. I think it was California. You said you lived in. Yeah.
Put it down.
Down.
We have a
It's not
podcast every. Shut up! I'm trying to end the show. We have a podcast every Tuesday at 9 a.m. We're on break right now, but we come back on May the 4th with Anthony hosting. And then the week after that, I'm hosting with Yutaka. Woo! It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to talk. I wonder what we're going to talk about. Batwoman. And maybe this. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. What else? We have a TikTok, so follow us on there because we're funny. We have a Twitter and an Instagram and a Facebook, so follow us on there. We have merch. Where is it? Look at that. I put it on Captain Marvel. If you are like me and you're lonely and you have cardboard friends, get a pair for them too, because that's awesome. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. I'll see you next time. This was really fun. Thank you for Yutaka. Thank you for joining us. We love to have you. Come back
Thanks
more.
Yay, Yutaka.
Yay. Oh, and tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. I think we are doing the Oscar. Look at Ben. He's having a fan. What's it called? A fangasm.
Stop what you're saying. Just stop and move on.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
But yeah, we're doing that. So tomorrow we're doing live Oscars. Those videos tend to do really well. It's going to be fun. We're going to react. We have most of the gang joining us. So yeah, goodbye. We'll see you next time.